What's going on, sports fans? It's good to see you. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, and much love as always, and thank you for tuning in. Since, like I said, it's kind of been a while, this is going to be just a hair of a little bit longer of an episode. We're going to go over weeks 14, 15, 16, and 17. And then we're going to go into our updated power rankings for the week, and then a quick little score update for week 18. So without too much further ado, let's get right on into the action. You guys are amazing, so let's get right to it. Okay, so as always, we are going to start off with the week 14 review, as I kind of just mentioned a little bit before. But like I said a few videos ago, how we're going to do this now, instead of me just reading off every player, I'm just going to kind of give a brief overview of each week, and then kind of go into a breakdown of the top 3 players from each team. So it'll go a little bit quicker. Okay, so the first game in week 14 here was Los Mambacita picking up a huge win over the Freaks and Greeks, who had been on what's a seemingly unstoppable path by a score of 5 category wins to 3 losses and no ties. Then in the next matchup of the week, BTbruh was able to get another win over Jman by a score of 7 category wins to 1 category loss and no ties. We had the exact same scoreline in our third matchup of the week, which saw Nate the Viking pick up the big win over Alvinduhmunk. Like I just mentioned, with the same stat line of 7 category wins to 1 category loss and no ties. Then finally, in our last matchup for week 14, Toon Squad and DeepAfMyDawg actually ended up tying on the week with 4 category wins and 4 category losses each. Now if we switch it up and kind of go into a little bit further of a breakdown for how this week 14 matchup turned out. So the top 3 players for Los Mambacita, of course we're going to do this with 1 guard, 1 forward, and 1 center. For Los Mambacita this week, it was RJ Barrett, who shot 48% from the field, with making 9 3-pointers, 80% from the free throw line, 24 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, no blocks, and 106 points on the week. Kristaps Porzingis shot 42% from the field, adding in 8 3-pointers with 96% from the free throw line, 22 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 5 blocks, and 71 points over the course of the week. Then, if we go to centers for Los Mambacita here, Jonas Valanciunas shot 58% from the field, adding in 2 3-pointers with another 71% from the free throw line, 49 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, no blocks, and 74 points on the week. Now, if we switch to Freaks and Greeks here for week 14, we have Jamal Murray shooting 48% from the field, adding in 8 3-pointers, another 94% from the free throw line, with 22 rebounds, 34 assists, 6 steals, 1 block, and 88 points. Then Freaks and Greeks also had Aaron Gordon go off for roughly 50% of his shots went in from the field, with 2 3-pointers being made, another 50% from the free throw line, with 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 43 points. Then finally, for Freaks and Greeks in week 14 here, it was none other than Splash Mountain Brook Lopez himself, shooting 54% from the field, adding in 3 3-pointers, 100% of his free throws, with 12 rebounds, 2 assists, no steals, 7 blocks, and 48 points. Now if we kind of shift gears here a little bit into our next matchup of week 14 here, for which was the BTbruh and Jman matchup. So starting with BTbruh here, in his top players, he had John Morant shoot 44% from the field, adding in 7 3-pointers with 73% from the free throw line, another 12 rebounds, 31 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks, and 102 points on the course of the week. Then, continuing for BTbruh, we had Julius Randle shooting 43% from the field, adding in 6 3-pointers, 64% from the free throw line with 58 rebounds, 26 assists, 2 steals, no blocks, and 90 points on the week. Then finally, we had the Joker and the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic shooting 73% from the field, 1 3-pointer being made, with 94% from the free throw line, adding in another 23 rebounds, 23 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 67 points on the week. Now, if we flip the script over to Jman, and we will take a look and notice that Darius Garland was the best guard on his team this week, shooting 43% from the field, adding in 14 3-pointers, 95% from the free throw line, with 16 rebounds, helping out with 44 assists, which is huge, 7 steals, no blocks, and 106 points over the course of this week. Then his best forward by far this week was actually Mikal Bridges, who shot 45% from the field, adding in 9 3-pointers, another 90% from the free throw line with 15 rebounds, 24 assists, 7 steals, 2 blocks, and 95 points. Then, finally, to no one's surprise, the best center on Jman's team is going to be none other than Joel Embiid, shooting 54% from the field, adding in 3 3-pointers, 88% from the free throw line, with 18 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 5 blocks, and 73 points on the week. Now, if we shift into our third matchup for Week 14, which once again was the Nate the Viking and Alvinduhmunk matchup. So the top 3 players for Nate the Vikings team in Week 14 was Anthony Edwards for his guard, who shot 44% from the field, adding in 14 3-pointers, 90% from the free throw line, with 24 points, 24 rebounds, 19 assists, 10 steals, 4 blocks, and 112 points over the course of the week. Then, to no one's surprise, Jason Tatum, all-star forward, going off for 48% from the field, adding in another 11 3-pointers, with 100% of his free throws going in, with 28 rebounds to boot, adding in 11 assists, 3 steals, no blocks, and 85 points. Then finally, in the last kind of matchup we have the Alperen, I always mispronounce his name, Alperen Sengun, shooting 73% from the field, adding in 3 3-pointers, 57% from the free throw line, with 43 rebounds, 19 assists, 3 steals, 8 blocks, and 76 points. Then, if we once again flip the script, this time to Alvinduhmunk for Week 14, starting off with his guard, in which case it's Jrue Holiday, shooting 56% from the field, adding in 11 3-pointers, 100% from the free throw line, with 14 rebounds, 28 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, and 100 points on the week. Then next, it is Kyle Kuzma for his forward, shooting 39% from the field, adding in 13 3-pointers, with 38% from the free throw line, adding in 34 rebounds, 18 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 68 points. Then finally, if we take a look at the center position for Alvin, it is actually Bam Adebayo, shooting 56% from the field, adding in another shooting 56% from the field, with no 3-pointers being made, another 77% from the free throw line, with 41 rebounds, 12 assists, 7 steals, 4 blocks, and 82 points on the week. Then there was our last matchup, which was the tie between the Toon Squad and DeepAfMyDawg. As we will start with the Toon Squad here, and his best guard, who was none other than Mr. LeBron James, shooting 51% from the field, with 10 3-pointers being made, another 84% from the free throw line, with 36 rebounds, 28 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks, and 140 points over the course of the week, which is one of the largest score totals we have seen yet this season. Then, Toon Squad's best forward was actually Michael Porter, shooting 54% from the field, adding in another 7 3-pointers, making all of his shots at the free throw line with 18 rebounds, no assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 46 points. Then finally, for Toon Squad here, his best center at that was actually Jared Allen, shooting 65% from the field with no 3-pointers being made, another 72% from the free throw line with 33 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 steals, 7 blocks, and 58 points on the week. Then finally, we have DeepAfMyDawg and his top 3 players, starting of course with the guards, in which case it's Scotty Barnes, shooting 51% from the field with 5 3-pointers being made, another 70% from the free throw line with 38 rebounds, 25 assists, 7 steals, 8 blocks, and 98 points on the week. Then his his best forward this week was Pascal Siakam, who shot 47% from the field, adding in another 4 3-pointers with 60% of his shots from the free throw line going in, with another 40 rebounds, 37 assists, 1 steal, 7 blocks, but 109 points. So just a phenomenal week. And then, our final player that we're going to take a quick little look at is none other than Nikola Vujicic, the center for DeepAfMyDawg, shooting 42% from the field with no 3-pointers being made, no trips to the free throw line, another 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, no block, and only 16 points. Okay, now we are going to shift gears and go into our next review, which would be Week 15. Okay, now we move on to Week 15, in which case it saw the good old Freaks and Greeks return to their winning ways, winning big over Nate the Viking this week. Well, I guess I should say in that week, by 6 category wins to 2 category losses and no ties. Then in our second matchup of Week 15, it's DeepAfMyDawg getting the win over Lost Mambacita by a score of 5 category wins to 2 losses and 1 tie. In our third matchup, it was actually a tie between Jman and Alvinduhmunk, splitting the categories at 4 wins and 4 losses apiece. Then finally, we had BTbruh picking up the win over Toon Squad with 5 category wins to 3 category losses and no ties. Now, as always, we will take a quick little breakdown and see who the top performing players of Week 15 for each team was. Starting with the Freaks and Greeks and Nate the Viking matchup. For Freaks and Greeks, the best guard on his team this week was actually DeMar DeRozan, shooting 58% from the field, with 6 3-pointers being made, another 88% from the free throw line, with 11 rebounds, 22 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, and 119 points. Then, if we continue on with the forwards, there was no hands. It was without a doubt Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting 62% from the field with 7 3-pointers being made, 58% from the free throw line with 51 rebounds, 18 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, but 153 points. So just another huge monster week for the Greek Freak. Then in the center spot for the Freaks and Greeks, we have Brook Lopez, aka Splash Mountain, the teammates, if you will. Brook this week shot 48% from the field, with 5 3-pointers being made, another 81% from the free throw line, with 22 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 9 blocks, and 56 points. Now, if we kind of flip the script to Mr. Nate the Viking here, we will see that once again, Anthony Edwards was his best performing guard this week, shooting 52% from the field with 18 3-pointers being made, another 77% from the free throw line, with 26 rebounds, 23 assists, 6 steals, 3 blocks, and 127 points. And if we continue into the next position for him, it was actually going to be Jason Tatum, being his best forward, shooting 43% from the field with another 11 3-pointers being made, with 85% from the free throw line, 45 rebounds, 22 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, and 122 points over the course of the week. So another pretty phenomenal week for Tatum. Then once again for Nate the Viking here, Mr. Sengun, the center, actually gets the top center spot again, shooting 63% from the field, adding in 1 3-pointer, making 58% of his shots from the free throw line with 25 rebounds, 24 assists, 5 steals, 4 blocks, but a pretty modest 56 points on the week. Now, if we move into our third matchup, which was the DeepAfMyDawg and Los Mambacita matchup, we will take a look at who the better players, or I guess the best players for each team was. Starting with DeepAfMyDawg in SGA, aka Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, shooting 58% from the field, with 2 3-pointers being made, 90% from the free throw line, another 10 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks, and 71 points. Then if we move right along into our forwards, we see that Jaylen Brown was actually going to be the best one, who shot 46% from the field, adding in 8 3-pointers, 75% from the free throw line, with 23 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, and 85 points. Then finally, for DeepAfMyDawg in the center spot, we have Nikola Vujacic shooting 50% from the field, with adding in 5 3-pointers, also making 83% of his shots from the free throw line, with 47 rebounds, 18 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks, and 72 points over the course of the week as well. Now, if we flip it on over to Los Mambacita, and her best guard this week was indeed Paul George, who shot 56% from the field, adding in 11 3-pointers, 83% from the free throw line with 20 rebounds, 17 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, and 85 points. Then if we shift down into the forwards, we see that Shattuck Bay was actually the best forward on her team this week, shooting 45% from the field with 8 3-pointers being made, 80% from the free throw line with 18 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 0 blocks, and 56 points on the week. Then finally, for Miss Los Mambacita's team, it was once again Jonas Valanciunas shooting, who was the best center on our team. He shot 51% from the field, adding another 2 3-pointers, 71% from the free throw line with 27 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and 45 points on the week. Now, if we shift straight on into our third matchup, which was the Jman and Alvinduhmunk tie, we will kind of talk about which players were the best there as well. Starting with Jman, of course, and his guard position. In which case, it was going to be the all-star Damian Lillard taking home that MVP for the guard spot, shooting 63% from the field, adding in 18 3-pointers, 92% from the free throw line with 12 rebounds, 23 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, and... oops, my bad. That was 90... Damian Lillard shot 63% from the field, adding in 18 3-pointers, 92% of his shots from the free throw line, with 12 rebounds, 23 assists, 4 steals, no blocks, and 127 points. Then if we move right on into the best forward for Jman, who is Mr. Mikal Bridges, shooting 47% from the field, adding in 5 3-pointers, 90% from the free throw line though, with 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 59 points. Then finally, for Jman in that center spot, it is actually Miles Turner, shooting 50% from the field, adding in 9 3-pointers, 66% from the field, with 29 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 7 blocks, and 87 points over the course of the week. Now if we flip it over to the Alvinduhmunk side, and we'll take a quick look at who his best guard on the week was. And once again, it is Jrue Holiday taking home the honors, shooting 47% from the field with 5 3-pointers being made, 72% from the field with 25 rebounds, 25 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and 73 points on the week. Then Al's best forward this week actually turned out to be Kyle Kuzma, shooting 45% from the field, with 9 3-pointers being made, 80% from the free throw line this week, while also adding in 23 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, and 73 points. So not bad. Points-wise, literally tied Holiday. Okay, and if we take a look at the last position for Alvinduhmunk here, it is actually Bam Adebayo shooting 52% from the field with no 3-pointers being made, but 68% of his free throws, with 25 rebounds, 14 assists, 6 steals, 2 blocks, and 67 points on the week. Now if we go into our final matchup for week 15, it saw BTbruh picking up the win over Toon Squad, and we will take a look at the best players of each team, starting with the Toon Squad, whose best guard was none other than, once again, Mr. LeBron James, shooting 49% from the field, with 16 3-pointers being made, 86% from the free throw line, 26 rebounds, 26 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 107 points on the week. Then, if we stroll right on into the forwards, none other than the rookie sensation Paolo Branchero, shooting 36% from the field, adding in 6 3-pointers, 77% from the free throw line, with 20 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, and 74 points on the week. Then finally, for Toon Squad, in the center position, it was once again Mr. Jarrett Allen, shooting 66% from the field, with 1 3-pointer being made, 77% from the free throw line, another 39 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, and 66 points. Then finally, if we flip it on over to Mr. BTbruh and take a look at who his best guard was, we will actually notice that D'Angelo Russell this time takes home that crown, shooting 47% from the field, with 19 3-pointers being made, 85% from the free throw line, with 16 rebounds, 25 assists, 8 steals, no blocks, but 93 points. Then if we look at the forwards, we will notice that Keldon Johnson is actually the best one for him this week, who shot 52% from the field, adding in 9 3-pointers, 78% from the free throw line, another 15 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and 98 points. Then finally, for week 15 here, we have none other than the Joker, Nikola Jokic, shooting 70% from the field, with 4 3-pointers being made, 87% from the free throw line, another 19 rebounds, 19 assists, 1 steal, 2 block, and 49 points on the week. And that is going to conclude week 15. And if we're just going to keep this train right on a roll, we're going to move straight on into week 16. Okay, switching gears into our week 16 review here. So starting off with our first matchup, it's Freaks and Greeks picking up the win over DeepAfMyDawg by a score of 7 category wins to 1 category loss and no ties. Then in our next matchup, it's Toon Squad picking up the win over Alvinduhmunk with 6 category wins to 2 category losses and no ties. Then in our third matchup, it's Lost Mambacita picking up the win with 6 category wins, 1 category loss, and 1 tie over BTbruh. And then in our final matchup of week 16, it was a tie between Nate the Viking and Jman at 4 category wins and 4 category losses apiece. Now, just like we've been doing, we are going to take a quick little breakdown into the top players for each team this week. Starting off with the Freaks and Greeks. His best guard this week was actually Jamal Murray, shooting 54% from the field, adding in 7 3-pointers, 85% from the free throw line, with 15 rebounds, 21 assists, 2 steals, no blocks, but 106 points on the week. Then, the namesake of the Freaks and Greeks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, was the best forward, shooting 58% from the field, with 3 3-pointers being made, 64% from the free throw line, with 52 rebounds, 17 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, but 123 points. Then finally, for the Freaks and Greeks, in the center spot, it was Jacob Poeltl, shooting 65% from the field with no 3-pointers, 75% from the free throw line, 27 assists, 10 steals, 1 block, or 27 rebounds, 10 steals, 10 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks, lol, and 41 points. Then if we move on to the other side here, and DeepAfMyDawg, we will look at his best guard, which was once again SGA, aka Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, shooting 44% from the field with 1 3-pointer being made, 97% from the free throw line, with 16 rebounds, 17 assists, 6 steals, 5 blocks, and 97 points. Then if we move right on down into the forwards, we will see that Pascal Siakam actually was the best forward for DeepAfMyDawg this week, shooting 43% from the field with 4 3-pointers being made, 70% from the free throw line, with 25 rebounds, 15 assists, 3 steals, no blocks, and 82 points. Then if we go into the center spot, it was none other than once again Nikola Vujacic, shooting 58% from the field with 4 3-pointers to boot, adding in 83% from the free throw line with 37 rebounds, 14 assists, 3 steals, no blocks, and 63 points over the course of the week. Now if we move into our second matchup, which saw Toon Squad picking up the win, we will start with Alvinduhmunk and his best guard, which actually was DeJounte Murray, shooting 48% from the field, but adding in 13 3-pointers, 81% from the free throw line, with 23 rebounds, 33 assists, 6 steals, 2 blocks, but 102 points. Then if we move right on along into the forwards, Alvinduhmunk will notice that Buddy Hield was actually his best forward, shooting 47% from the field, adding in 11 3-pointers, 66% from the free throw line, with 20 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, 1 block, and 51 points. Then finally, and once again taking home the best center on his team, is Bam Adebayo, shooting 56% from the field, with no 3-pointers being made, 84% from the free throw line, with 31 rebounds, 12 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, and 66 points. Now if we switch on over to the Toon Squad, in his best guard was Anthony Simons, or actually I think it's Anthony Simons, shooting 58% from the field with 22 3-pointers being made, 100% of his free throws also being made, with 8 rebounds, 22 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and 107 points. So a bit more of a scoring phenom this time around. Then the best forward for Toon Squad this week was actually Michael Porter, who shot 48% from the field with 13 3-pointers going in. Another 80% of his shots from the free throw line went in as well, with 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals, 2 blocks, and 75 points over the course of the week. And then, once again, for Toon Squad, Jared Allen taking home the best center spot with 77% from the field with no 3-pointers being made, 66% from the free throw line, adding in another 35 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 4 blocks, and 50 points on the week. In our third matchup of the week, it's Las Mambacita getting the win over BTbruh, in which case Stephen Curry, the chef, showing up for Las Mambacita, making 53% of his shots from the field with 23 pointers being made, 95% from the free throw line with 29 rebounds, another 27 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and 116 points from the chef. Then for Las Mambacita in the forward spot, it was actually Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn, shooting 56% from the field with 8 3-pointers being made, another 92% from the free throw line with 22 rebounds, 13 assists, 3 steals, 8 blocks, and 87 points on the week. And then if we slip on down into the center position, we will notice that once again Jonas Valanciunas takes home the best center on her team with 57% of the shots being made. No three-pointers being made at all. 66% of the shots being made from the free throw line. Adding in another 35 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 4 blocks, but 50 points on the week. Then if we take a look at BTbruh, we will notice that Jalen Brunson was actually the best guard on the team for him, who shot 51% from the field, with 8 three-pointers being made, another 80% from the free throw line, with 12 rebounds, 20 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 99 points over the week. Then we will take a look that Julius Randle, his Knicks teammate, also happens to be on BTbruh's team and takes home best forward, shooting 42% from the field, with 8 three-pointers being made, 81% of his shots from the free throw line being made, adding in another 42 rebounds, 25 assists, 4 steals, no blocks, but on 98 points. And then finally, the Joker for BTbruh, shooting 68% from the field, with 1 three-pointer being made, another 86% from the free throw line, with 50 rebounds, 41 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks, and 62 points. Then in our final matchup of Week 16, we have Nate the Viking and Jman tying, but starting off with Nate and his best guard, which was Anthony Edwards, who shot 43% from the field, with 8 three-pointers being made, 68% from the free throw line, with 23 rebounds, 18 assists, 7 steals, 4 blocks, and 99 points over the course of the week. Then if we look at who the best forward was for him, it was actually Franz Wagner, who shot 40% from the field, adding in 6 three-pointers, 45% from the free throw line, with another 22 rebounds, 10 assists, 5 steals, no blocks, and 55 points. Then finally, when in the center spot, it was DeAndre Ayton for Nate here, shooting 66% from the field with no three-pointers being made, 78% of his shots from the free throw line, but also 48 rebounds, 9 assists, no steals, 2 blocks, and 87 points over the course of the week. Then finally, if we take a quick little look at Jman's team, we will notice that once again, Damian Lillard takes home the crown of best guard, shooting 50% from the field, adding in 18 three-pointers, 95% from the free throw line, 18 assists, 18 rebounds, 27 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and 153 points. Then once again, Mikal Bridges taking home best forward, shooting 50% from the field, adding in 7 three-pointers, 91% from the free throw line, with 12 rebounds, 19 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, and 101 points over the week. And then finally, stop me if you've heard this one before, Joel Embiid, the center, taking home best center on the team for Jman, shooting 50% from the field, adding in 4 three-pointers, 86% from the free throw line, with 45 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 steals, 4 blocks, and 122 points over the course of the week. And now that brings us to the end of Week 16, which now brings us into our final review of week, which is going to be Week 17. Okay, and in our final review this week, it was Week 17. So taking a quick little look, Freaks and Greeks continues their re-winning ways. Re-winning is not even a word. Winning this week against BTbruh, shooting with 7 category wins to 1 category loss and no ties. Then in the second matchup, Nate the Viking was able to get the win against DeepAfMyDawg with 5 category wins to 3 losses and no ties. In our third matchup, it saw Mambacita getting the win over Alvinduhmunk with 6 category wins to 2 losses and no ties. And then lastly, it had the very same stat line, but this time Jman is actually picking up the win over Toon Squad with 6 category wins to 2 category losses and no ties on that week. Now, we'll take a look at how these kind of broke down and who were the best players, well, the best guards, forward, and center for each team. Starting off with BTbruh and Jman, who shot 55% from the field with 7 3-pointers being made, 61% from the free throw line, 21 rebounds, 23 assists, 4 steals, no blocks, but 91 points on the week. Then, once again for BTbruh, Julius Randle makes an appearance as the best forward, shooting 49% from the field with 12 rebounds, 78% from the free throw line with 30 rebounds, that was 12 3-pointers being made and 30 rebounds on the week. Then 11 assists, no steals, no blocks, and 83 points. Then finally for BTbruh, it's actually going to be once again Nikola Jokic, shooting 56% from the field with 3 3-pointers being made, 78% from the free throw line with 40 rebounds, 32 assists, 2 steals, 5 blocks, and 79 points. Then if we flip to the Freaks and Greeks, and his best guard, which was actually Donovan Mitchell this week, who shot 54% from the field with 9 3-pointers being made, 100% of his shots from the free throw line, with 21 rebounds, 14 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and 80 points on the week. Then the best forward on the Freaks and Greeks this time was actually Bojan Bogdanovic, who shot 47% from the field with 6 3-pointers being made, 94% from the free throw line, another 16 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, but 101 points on the week. And then finally for the Freaks and Greeks, it was once again Splash Mountain Brook Lopez taking home best center on the team with 63% from the field, adding in 7 3-pointers, 81% from the free throw line with 34 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals, 4 assists, 2 steals, 6 blocks, and 58 points. Now if we shift into our next matchup and take a look at who the best guard for DeepAfMyDawg's team was, it was in fact once again SGA Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, shooting 57% from the field with 1 3-pointer being made, 94% from the free throw line, with 5 rebounds, 19 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, and 94 points. Then next up, the best forward actually once again goes to Pascal Siakam, shooting 60% from the field with 9 3-pointers being made and 77% of his shots from the free throw line going in as well. Which also, Siakam was also able to help with 20 rebounds, 17 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, and 100 points on the week. And then finally, we have Nikola Vujic for DeepAfMyDawg here in that center spot, shooting 50% from the field with 6 3-pointers being made, 50% from the free throw line, also adding in 60 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks, and 79 points. Then if we flip on over to Nate, we will notice that this week, Trae Young actually took home best guard, shooting 45% from the field with 9 3-pointers being made, another 95% from the field with 14 rebounds, 45 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, and 76 points on the week. Then, if we slip right on down into the forwards for Nate here, Jason Tatum actually turns out to be the best this week, shooting 42% from the field with 10 3-pointers being made, 78% from the free throw line, with 30 rebounds, 22 assists, 4 steals, 6 blocks, and 103 points. And lastly, the best center award this week for Nate's team goes to DeAndre Ayton, who shot 70% from the field with no 3-pointers being made, 87% from the free throw line, with 28 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks, and 80 points. Then if we slip on down into our third matchup, which saw Los Mambacita picking up the win, Zach LaVine was actually her best guard, shooting 54% from the field, adding in 7 3-pointers, 72% from the free throw line, with 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 105 points. Then the best forward for Los Mambacita this week was Domantas Sabonis, who shot 63% from the field with 1 3-pointer being made, another 88% of his shots being made from the free throw line, with 41 rebounds, 24 assists, 6 steals, no blocks, but 79 points on the week. Then, lastly for Las Mambacita this week, it was Kelly Olnick in the center spot, who was able to get 48% of his shots to go in from the field with 4 3-pointers, 100% of his 3 throws, adding in another 22 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 51 points. Then if we shift gears over to Alvinduhmunk, and once again we have De'Aaron Fox shooting 51% from the field with 1 3-pointer being made, 83% from the free throw line, with 19 rebounds, 29 assists, 6 steals, 2 blocks, and 116 points. Buddy Hield for Alvinduhmunk in the forward spot, who shot 48% from the field with 14 3-pointers being made, 100% of his shots from the free throw line, with 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, and 59 points. And then sliding down into the centers, and once again, Bam Adebayo taking home the best one for Alvin, shooting 64% from the field with no 3-pointers being made, 92% from the free throw line, with 35 rebounds, 12 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, and 71 points. And then in our final matchup for Week 17, it's Toon Squad, or Jman picking up the win over the Toon Squad. But we will start with the Toon Squad in terms of who their best player was. And as far as the guard goes, this week, it was actually Kyrie Irving who went off for 48. Went off for 48 in the field, dishing in another 11 3-pointers with 100% of his shots from the free throw line going in. Another 14 rebounds, 22 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and 77 points. Then in technically Michael Porter has been in this spot quite a lot for the Toon Squad here. This week he shot 44% from the field, adding in 9 3-pointers, 100% from the free throw line, with 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, no blocks, and 56 points. And then, stop me if you've heard this one before, but Mr. Jarrett Allen for the Toon Squad taking home best center, shooting 74% from the field with no 3-pointers being made, 66% from the free throw line, with 45 rebounds, 8 assists, no steals, 6 blocks, and 86 points. Then finally, we have the Jman, whose best guard was once again Mr. Damian Lillard, who shot 43% from the field, adding in 9 3-pointers, 97% from the free throw line, with 16 rebounds, 25 assists, 3 steals, no blocks, and 99 points. Then we take a look at PJ Washington, the forward for Jman here, who shot 48% from the field, adding in 6 3-pointers, 69% from the free throw line, with 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 7 blocks, and 59 points. And then finally, to once again no one's surprise, Mr. Joel Embiid was the best center on the team, shooting 64% from the field, adding in 2 3-pointers, 80% from the free throw line, with 31 rebounds, 5 steals, 3 blocks, and 100 points on the week. And that, my friends, is going to conclude our reviews. We did it. We made it through them all. But now, we're going to give you a nice, quick, brief little kind of insight into how these new power rankings are turning out. So without too much further ado, let's take a look. There has been pretty much no movement, except obviously you can see in our 6th and 7th places have swapped. But as of when these graphics were made, we had Freaks and Greeks remaining in number 1 with 100 wins, category wins, 34 losses and 1 tie. In 2nd place, it is BTbruh with 73 wins, 56 losses, and 7 ties. Then in the 3rd spot, to round out our top dogs, it is none other than DeepAfMyDawg with 74 wins, 60 losses, and 2 ties. Then in our 4th spot, it has Nate the Viking with 66 category wins, 268 losses, and 2 2 ties. In 5th is Toon Squad with 61 wins and 74 lies and 1 tie. Then in our 6th spot, it is Lost Mambacita, who claws back with 60 wins, 73 losses, and 3 ties. Then in the now 7th spot is Jman, who fell 1 spot with a record of 50 wins, 78 losses, and no ties on the week or on the season. And then finally, Alvinduhmunk staying in last place, shooting with 42%. Wow. With 42 wins, 92 losses, and 2 ties. Okay, and now to our final section, which is going to be how the current week, which is week 18, is currently shaping out. And here it is. So, in our first matchup this week, currently, Freaks and Greeks is holding the win or is holding the lead over Alvinduhmunk with 6 category wins, 2 category losses, and no ties, with the Freaks and Greeks owning the field goal percentage, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, and points categories, while Alvin is holding on to the 3-pointers made and free throw percentage categories. Then, in our second matchup, BTbruh is actually currently holding the lead over DeepAfMyDawg, with BTbruh by a scoreline of 5 category wins, 3 losses, and no ties, with BTbruh holding on to the field goal percentage, 3-pointers made, rebounds, assists, and points categories, while DeepAfMyDawg holds on to the free throw percentage, steals, and blocks categories. Then, in our third matchup, Jman is holding the win over Lost Mambacita with 5 category wins and 3 losses and no ties, with Jman holding on to the 3-pointers made, assists, steals, blocks, and points categories, while Lost Mambacita holds on to the field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and rebounds categories. And then, finally, in our last matchup this week, currently Nate the Viking is holding the lead over the Toon Squad by 4 category wins to 3 category losses and 1 tie, with Nate holding on to the free throw percentage, assists, steals, and points, while Toon Squad is holding on to the field goal percentage, rebounds, and blocks. And then the tying category currently is at 3-pointers made. All right, y'all. We did it. We covered a lot of ground in this episode. We went through week 14, 15, 16, and 17. We gave you the updated power rankings. And lastly, we gave you a glance into the current week, how week 18 is shaping out right now. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in and hanging out and making all of this possible as always. I hope you guys were enjoying the content. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to let me know what you thought. Whether it be some feedback or if you disagree or whatever it is, let me know in the comment section down below. Additionally, feel free to subscribe as we're building up this wonderful Hooligan House community that we got going on. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and or night, depending on when you're watching this video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. You guys have been amazing. I will see you later. Peace out. Stay safe. And much love as always. Bye.